I don't know. I guess apparently we just got connected to YouTube again, so I'm not sure what happened there. He said locked up tighter than a moose's kidney hole. What is going on with chat and everything, man? It's like reconnected. This is weird. Anyways, while that all sorts itself out and everybody gets in, let's jump into some news you can use here, man. World's largest liquefied natural gas terminal in Qatar was hit by Iran. The war between the U.S.-Israeli coalition and Iran continued to expand on its 19th day yesterday, with attacks spreading across the Gulf region and Israel escalating its military operations in Lebanon. Blah, blah, blah. This person fired, that person fired. Iran fired multiple missiles, striking the world's largest liquefied natural gas export terminal, causing fires and extensive damages. Qatar's Interior Ministry and State Energy Company both confirmed the attack, calling it an Iranian targeting of the facilities. About one-fifth of the world's LNG is ordinarily shipped from Ras Laffan, and major international energy companies, including ExxonMobil, Shell, and Total Energies, are investors in the facility. I'm sure that's going to affect everything in some way. Federal Chairman Jerome Powell has no intention of leaving until the DOJ probe is closed. He said yesterday exactly that. I have no intention of leaving the Fed's Board of Governors until the Justice Department's criminal investigation into him is fully resolved. The Justice Department has subpoenaed the Fed in January as part of a criminal probe focused on the renovation of the Fed's Washington headquarters and Powell's testimony to the Senate Banking Committee about the project. Powell immediately and publicly rejected that framing, calling the charges pretexts. A federal judge agreed on March 12th, issuing a scathing ruling blocking the grand jury subpoenas, writing that the government had offered no evidence whatsoever that Powell committed any crime other than displeasing the president. Republican Senator Tom Tillis of North Carolina, who called the probe a bogus attack on Fed independence, has vowed to block any vote on Trump's nominee to succeed Powell. Kevin Warsh until the investigation is fully closed. The Fed voted 11-1 yesterday to hold interest rates steady. The sole dissenting vote in favor of a cut came from Trump's new board nominee. Also, we all know gas is continuing to rise and doesn't look like there's any relief for that in the future. Oil hits $111 a barrel.
Jeez.
Oil and gas prices kept climbing Wednesday as the war continued to disrupt the energy markets. Brent crude, the international benchmark, reached $111.45 a barrel, up from about $70 before the conflict began on February 28th. U.S. crude climbed to $99.24 a barrel. The national average for a gallon of regular gasoline rose to $3.84, the highest level since September 2023. And diesel topped $5 a gallon nationwide for the first time, with some states topping $6. You know, I remember the days when, like, diesel used to be
$1.25.
Yeah, man, it used to be the cheaper gas.
Yeah, it was like, I guess it was because gas was 97 cents a gallon whenever I started driving.
Right. Yeah, that's what I think it was like just over $1 a gallon. But diesel was always the way more expensive option.
Yeah.
Like if you had a diesel, you had the money. So let's see here. Hang on one second. Let's go through comments. Wendy now says hi. Little doggy says okay. little doggy says, little known fact, Rich saves his legs. I most certainly do not. He says it makes him run faster in his new shoes. He did say potentially. Yeah, no, Rich doesn't need to run. Rich tried to run at the St. Patrick's Day parade, and then Rich promptly fell and
Bit the dirt.
Bit the pavement. Ate it all. So, oh, man, it is spring break, and they are out, and I'm being bugged already. So let's see what's going on. What you need, man?
Can I come?
Come on. Come on. Say what's up. Say good morning, everybody.
Hi.
What you need? You need this open?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going for? All right. Nice soda in the morning.
I called you.
Yeah.
And
I was going to say, is it a twist top?
I just said forget it.
All right.
I just asked my dad for help, just like how I
There you go. All right. Bye, everybody. Say thank you, Jax. Go on, man. You're good. It's down here. I knocked it off the bottle for you, so you're all good. Did we get what happened? All right, is everybody still here with us? Something's going on. Something's going on today. And I don't know what it is.
I've got the YouTube pulled up.
Is YouTube, are we live on YouTube right now still?
It looks like it.
Because it looks like we just dropped off Facebook.
Well,
All right. So it looks like we're still good there. Let's see what's going on Facebook. Because something, like I said, something just happened here. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a second.
Just to get a redneck, thinks you can't rock, listen to bomb blood. Go up on Tupac, walking a fine line like all the time. And I'm a little fucked up from the shit in mine. If I could press rewind, fuck it, I would. I would've did more shit, people said that I shouldn't. Learn from the best and perfecting mine. Yeah, it took a little time, had to wait in line. But nevertheless, I fucking passed the test. But that's every day, so I'm always stressed. Take your bullshit and move around. Finna take your bitch and probably hit the town. Make her shake some, make her shake some. Make it shake, make it shake. Make it shake, make it shake, make it shake. Pop 2 pills, I can take your wife. Hit the parking lot about 11:35. It's a little too late from the hell I'm in. And I don't put myself in the situation again. Round and round, going up and down. Trying to grab a hold of the fucking ground. It's so profound, yeah, I used to be. But I'm off the streets and back on my feet. I finally figured out what made me tick. Coming off the head with some hateful shit. No more saving it, no more waiting in line. No more shortcuts, no more wasted time. Pop 2 pills, and here I go. Grab a couple beers, let us hit the road. Just getting started, got a lot to go. Just tuning in, you got a lot to know. Just getting started, got a lot to go. Just tuning in, you got a lot to know. Make it shake, make it shake. Make it shake, make it shake, make it shake. Make it shake, make it shake. Make it shake, make it shake, make it shake. Make it shake, make it shake, make it shake. Take your bullshit and move around. Finna take your bitch and probably hit the town. Make it shake some, make it shake some. Make it shake some, make it shake some. Make it shake, 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 make it shake. Make it shake, 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 make it shake. Make it shake, make it shake, make it shake, make it shake, make it shake. Make it shake, make it shake, make it shake, make it shake, make it shake.
All right, we're back. We're good. I don't know what's going on. Everything dropped out there for a minute, but let's see. Let's go with that. There we go. All right, we are back, though. We're still live. Still kicking it.
why are we crooked?
Well, we're over here. That's for when Turkey joins in. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that camera's kind of messed up, but it'll work for when we have him on. Let's see. Good morning, everybody. Brad Elkins says it's the last day of winter. Little Doggy says it's walking weather out there. Yeah, it's supposed to be warming up. I heard this weekend, man, we might be breaking some heat
And
records.
it's getting close to 90.
Yeah, it's crazy to think, like, man, we had like tornadoes last week.
Yeah.
Then we dropped down to freezing. We had snow in some areas of Arkansas. And now we're going to be back up to 90 today.
That
So,
sounds about right.
right. Thank you, Wendy. She says it's fine on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, welcome to Arkansas, man. It's springtime. Tornado season #1.
And it's about to start raining and rain for a month or 2 straight.
Man, I'm not looking forward to that. Not looking forward to that. What you got? You were telling me about a story you had over there, man. What you got?
Yeah, let's see. Josh Duggar. Everybody knows Josh Duggar from the that TV show 21 Kids and Counting.
Right.
Well, apparently, Josh Duggar's brother faces charges involving sexual activity with a minor. So Joseph Duggar from 21 Kids and Counting has been arrested and charged in Florida with lewd and lascivious behavior involving unlawful sexual activity of a minor. According to a press release from the Bay County Sheriff's Office, a 14-year-old alleged victim was interviewed and made claims about several incidents involving a 31-year-old Duggar. She said that She said that it occurred during a family vacation in Panama City Beach when she was 9 years old. So yeah, he's
He's under
not
hot water now too, huh?
Oh, he's gonna be a prize in prison.
Oh yeah.
They're either gonna kill him or start clapping his cheeks.
I mean, not that he doesn't deserve it, man. Anytime that's just, man.
Yeah, you don't mess with kids.
Yeah, never. Man, Wallet Hub has come out with another study, and hey, surprising, this study, of course, Arkansas makes it onto the list. Wonder why? Because it's, basically taking a gigantic on the South.
Yeah.
Wallet Hub's list of the most overweight and obese cities. See, this is the only time Arkansas ever makes this list for Wallet Hub. Like, this is the only time Wallet Hub will ever even mention the state of Arkansas.
Yeah.
Wallet Hub's list of the most overweight and obese cities in the U.S. has just come out for 2026. They rated the 100 most populated metro areas in the country on 19 key indicators of weight-related problems, including access to healthy food and the share of physically inactive adults. Says it's no secret that a lot of people in this country are overweight. The CDC data shows that nearly 42% of U.S. adults are obese. While it's a problem nationwide, there are some cities where more of the population is overweight, and a new report reveals which ones they are. Let's see here. Based on everything that they factored in, Little Rock, Arkansas, number 1.
Oh wow.
Yep. Falling down from that, number 2, McAllen, Texas. Number 3, Memphis, Tennessee. 4 is Jackson, Mississippi, followed up by Augusta, Georgia. Then Lafayette, Louisiana. Number 7, Arkansas makes the list again, up in Fayetteville. Apparently all them college kids up there, man, just getting fat.
I guess so.
Shreveport, Louisiana, Mobile, Alabama, and then finally rounding out the top 10, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So basically, if you live in the southern U.S., you're fat.
I guess so.
You're a fat ass.
I would have thought it would have been from like Maine or Idaho or somewhere.
Yeah,
like
not a single northern or east coast, west coast, nothing, but specifically right in the south.
Wow.
Georgia, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, man. That's pretty much the south.
Yeah.
And Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, we can't be that fat.
Hey, man, just because that southern cooking is good doesn't mean you all got to,
Be a dick about it.
Right, for real. Just because we know how to cook.
Yeah.
Telling you. Let's see here. Brad Elkins says the threshold for obese is a little low. Brad also says the munchies at college. Saving Wednesday said it's almost time to bust out them hoochie daddy shorts.
Yeah, I really don't want to see that.
We getting there. The hoochie daddy shorts and the gray sweatpants, man. Come on, that's the
summer vibe.
That's the whole look for the males around, Let's see what else we got going on here. A promotional event at a hot pot restaurant in San Jose, California, took an unexpected turn when a dancing robot went completely off the rails.
Uh-oh.
The robot apocalypse continues to get off to a weird start. It says a promotional event at the Hot Pot restaurant in San Jose took a unexpected turn. Basically, the dancing robot went completely off the rails, smashing plates, knocking over tableware, and sending chopsticks flying.
Wow. It's going to be like that movie I, Robot where they all turn evil.
Right. That's what I said, man. Have we not seen that movie enough? Yeah. Says the robot, which was wearing an orange apron printed with the words, "I'm good," appeared to malfunction during what was meant to be a crowd-pleasing performance tied to a Disney event. 3 employees were needed to stop the robot, dodging its sauce-covered waving hands in the process. One worker could be seen trying to find the controls on a phone app. Says the whole chaotic scene was caught on a video and quickly spread across social media, with many viewers noting the glaring absence of a simple emergency off switch. That sounds like a B-rated horror movie or something,
Yeah, it really does.
Like when robots attack and they're all trying to figure out how to turn it off, and meanwhile they're dodging, chopsticks flying through the air, people are getting stabbed, Yeah. I don't know. Robots, man, what can you do? All right, let's see. What else you got over there? You got something else?
I can find something.
You can buy. All right. Well, I got something here. I wasn't sure.
Okay.
Let's look here and see what's going on with this. I had this story pulled up here. Here we go. You know, I know you're single and I'm single. Don't that was the wrong start to it. No, that's not the hook we're wanting to use. Brad Elkins says, "Love them hoochie daddy shorts. I got the legs for them." Well, you know, it says when you get into a relationship with someone, you don't always realize that you get into a relationship with their career too, which is actually very true, man. There are some careers that are easier to be with than others. At least that's what people are saying. So people have taken to Reddit to come out and basically say which professions make absolutely terrible partners. So if you're dating or you're looking at dating and your potential person that you're wanting to date says that they work in one of these professions, you may want to go ahead and take note of that red flag. First off, critical care nurses. Says they're often exhausted, having given patients all their energy. You know what? I'm going to go further there and just say probably all nurses in general. Well, I don't want to say all nurses, but
Pretty close.
there's a stigma with nurses. Let's not lie, man.
Yeah.
Like, nurses, they can be a little bit freaky and crazy, man.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw it out there.
And they got the darkest humor in the world.
Right?
Funny.
Right? Exactly. Next one would be photographers and videographers. Says they work very long hours and it's a lot of stress. If you don't think so, imagine missing that moment in a wedding or corporate event. Says additionally, they often work when others are out partying, even worse if you have to travel. I mean, it seems like you're just whining about the job, man. I mean, that's, you know, you get to get into all the parties you're paid to come to all the parties and the events and things. Like, that's just, you know, part of the downside of it. Another one says retail managers. Says I worked in retail for 21 years for the largest retail company in the world. They all cheat on their spouses. They all get divorced and marry their associates, and the pattern continues. Says, understand this. They are at the stores 80% of the time and look for companionship where they spend most of their time. So, I mean, retail managers, you know, hey, they gotta get your employees to earn that raise in some way somehow.
Exactly. You got quotas to hit and stuff.
Right. Another one, air traffic controllers.
I've heard that's like one of the most stressful jobs in the world.
Yeah. Says the schedule is terrible. Most working conditions are exhausting, and unless you do it, you don't understand the stress of it. You miss family events because leave is hard to get, and we have to put it in a year in advance. Holy crap. Imagine having to request a day off a year in advance. Like, dude, most of the time, I mean, my schedule gets booked out pretty far, but like, dude, I can't tell you what I'm going to be doing on March 19th of next year.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, that's ridiculous. Another one, funeral directors and morticians. Says they have crazy work hours, a lot of hours on call, and a very strict vacation policy, combined with the stressful and depressing nature of the job, which leads to emotionally absent partners. You know, I could see that. I mean, it seems like it'd be being a funeral director or a mortician, it just seems like it'd be kind of a dead job, man.
Yeah.
All right, another one, lawyers. Oh, that one's a guaranteed. Like, lawyers, particularly those who've been successful, says they work long hours, get their egos fed by the others in the firm who want to make partner, and don't like being told they're wrong about something. Besides, people pay them a lot of money for their opinions, so they often don't understand why those around them don't do exactly as they say. I mean, again, I can understand that. I can understand lawyers not being a profession that you might want to, invest a long time, any romantic connection. But I don't know, man. What's one professional you've dated that you'd never ever date again?
Probably a stripper.
Yeah.
That was a mistake on my part.
Yeah, I'm sure it was fun though.
Yeah, I was like 23. So.
Yeah. Oh man, you were living the dream then.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Wendy says truck drivers is not dating. I'm not sure. I don't know. They didn't make it onto the list. So yeah, I guess truck drivers are fine. Which you would think that would make it onto the list. I mean,
Yeah, because they're in,
you're gone at least 3 weeks out of every month. If you do just that, most trucking companies, for every 3 weeks out, you get like 3 days home or whatever.
yeah, something like that.
You're stuck out on the road. There's lot lizards
As
all
we
over
said,
the place.
there's plenty of lot lizards.
Right.
Yeah.
Craziness. Let's see. Let's go. Let's do this. So for those that have been following, sorry, I had to pull it up here. I just caught this the other day. I didn't even know he was still around. You remember Afro Man?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
45 with 2 zigzags.
Maybe that's all I need, right? Says the verdict was icing on the cake. Afro Man did not defame Ohio cops in a satire music video that featured footage of them fruitlessly raiding the rapper's house. A jury found on Wednesday the 51-year-old Because I Got High rapper, whose real name is Joseph Foreman, held up his hands in triumph and hugged people in the courtroom after he was found not liable for defamation or invasion of privacy. It says invasion of privacy, false light publicity. It says Foreman was sued by the Adams County Sheriff's Office over a drug search at his home in August 2022 that resulted in no criminal charges. The hip-hop star wrote the satire song Lemon Pound Cake and made a music video with real footage of the raid taken from his home surveillance cameras to raise money for property damage caused during the search. It says 7 cops with the sheriff's office then sued him in March 2023, alleging the video defamed them, invaded their constitutional privacy, and was intentional infliction of emotional distress. Y'all raided this man's house.
Exactly.
He had cameras up. How did he violate your privacy?
Right.
You were there. That's crazy. After making the music video, Foreman allegedly continued putting up social media posts with names of the officers involved, the lawsuit states. All right, I can see where that might give him a little something.
Yeah.
Several of the posts allegedly falsely claimed the cops stole my money and were criminals disguised as law enforcement. They also falsely stated the officers are white supremacists, that Officer Bryman Newman used to do hard drugs before snitching on his friends, and that Officer Lisa Phillips is biologically male, according to the lawsuit.
Oh, wow.
Who doesn't talk shit about the police once in a while, man?
I don't think anybody doesn't.
I mean, I'm sure everybody, everybody's gone through that period in their life where they're like, man, cops are shit.
Yeah, they get pulled over and they're
Right.
having a bad day.
Flip them off,
Yeah.
driving down the road. I mean, I get, defamation. Those things aren't, I wouldn't want anybody saying those things about me. I'd be kind of
Right.
pissed off, but, am I going to sue you over it? Come on.
No, I'm not that big of a bitch.
Oh, I got you. Trucker Wendy is saying truck drivers is a hard profession to date because of the fact that they're never home.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They're gone all the time.
Right. Tactical says truck drivers travel with their bedroom. And then he said, Wendy knows.
I saw, it was on the news this morning about these big, just the semi itself is 30 feet long or something because
Yep.
it got almost an apartment.
Yeah.
Instead of just a sleeper cab, it's got an apartment almost. in
Yep.
there.
Yep.
And they run $500,000. I'm just thinking $500,000. That would buy a pretty decent house.
Right.
So.
They are crazy. But, dude, some of those are really nice on the inside. of them.
Oh yeah, they were showing the insides of them. I mean, it's kind of like a camper.
Right.
I mean, you have all the amenities of being at home. Even when you're on the road, it had a fridge, a microwave, an oven or a stove, not an oven, and then it had the bed, and then it had TV, and full size refrigerator.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy what they can fit into those.
Yeah,
The amount of stuff that they can fit into those spaces. I've seen them even where they have a wall of the truck or something that'll pull out, and there's your bathroom right there,
Yeah.
and shower or whatever, small little one. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
With that, but yeah, some of those are super super nice for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, if you spend all of your time on the road, it's kind of nice to be able to take your apartment with you, and then
Right.
you don't have to pay rent then. You just
Not
gotta
have-
pay a truck payment.
Right, not have to worry about it. Let's see what else is going on. That one, yep, that was just here actually. About the Joseph Duggar, I was just seeing that. Let's see anything else going on that anybody cares about. It says heat records being set in the West. Let's check this out. Meta launches Facebook Creator Fast Track program. Says Meta is trying to win creators back with cash as Facebook battles TikTok and YouTube. They're offering 3 months of guaranteed payments to creators with big followings. Facebook's Creators Fast Track program is offering $1,000 a month to Instagram accounts with at least 100,000 followers. Meta's offering TikTok and YouTube creators $3,000 a month if they have over 1 million followers.
Wow.
That's pretty nice, man.
Yeah.
Pretty nice chunk of change.
So we got
What's up?
Wendy say no lot lizards for me. Little doggy is casual hookups. My boss had a bus with a mahogany furniture and marble countertops.
What? Man, that'd
And
be
a
nice.
bus.
Right? A dog that may have been thrown off a bridge landed in a nice spot. Says before landing, a dog that may have been thrown off a bridge before landing on a distillery roof in Kansas City, Missouri, is getting a new chance at life. The dog, named Rieger, after the distillery he had landed on, was rescued by staff and taken to an animal shelter. His 5-day hold is now up, and he's available for adoption. The owner of the building he landed on says landing on the roof saved the pup's life, man.
Wow.
So, that's kind of a cool story. I hope.
Yeah.
Wonder if they're going to adopt him, make him like the new, mascot of the distillery or whatever. If anything, he at least deserves a shot in his dog food bowl after all
No
that.
kidding.
I mean, come on.
I'd use it in PR just because, it'd be really great PR for his business.
Right. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, this dog, it's a sweet ending to a story. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time right now. We're going to welcome into the Rich and the People podcast the one, the only Tactical Turkey. What's up, brother? Uh-oh, I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. Is your mic muted? All right, let me see what's going on. Oh,
Caller.
there we go. Now we got you.
Yeah.
What's up, homies?
What up, bro? How you been, man?
Busy as a beaver and twice as good looking. How you guys doing?
We've been fairly busy, too. How's everything going on out at the turkey farm, bro?
I'm trying to get everything cleaned out. We've barely got 2 weeks before we get baby turkeys again, so we got to get her done.
So now the process starts all over again, huh?
This is my busy time. When we're out of birds is when I'm busy.
Right. So what you got going on, man? We've been telling everybody this is kind of a new segment that you're going to be doing with us on Thursdays, right?
So Thursday is, Thanksgiving always falls on a Thursday, so you automatically tie in Thursday with turkeys. I am your host, the Tactical Turkey, and we're going to call this segment When Turkeys Attack.
All right.
With
And
your host, the Tactical Turkey. What I'm going to do, I'm going to present to you a news story of when turkeys attack people, and it's up to you guys to tell me if this story is true or if I made it up.
all right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and hear it, bro.
All right, so I'm going to take you guys back to 1992.
Wow.
A man showing off a turkey he thought he had killed was shot in the leg when the wounded bird thrashed around the trunk of his car and triggered his shotgun.
Wow.
The turkeys are fighting back, said County Sheriff Ron Skiles. To make matters worse, it turns out Larry Lands, in his early 40s, and his 16-year-old son, Larry Jr., were hunting a week before the start of turkey season and will probably be fined, the sheriff said. The accident occurred last week after these fellas shot the turkey, threw it in the trunk of the car along with a loaded shotgun. They drove to a neighbor's house to show the bird off. While the son was pulling the turkey out of the trunk, it began struggling, according to the sheriff, got its claw hung in the gun, and pulled the trigger.
Oh, no.
This through the side of the car and into the dad's leg.
Ouch.
Lands was in satisfactory condition at the hospital.
That actually sounds like that could actually happen.
I was gonna say, we'll see. Like, what do y'all think in chat? Little Doggy says it's true. He also says you're busier as a bean. And then he said he's in the turkey office. I don't know, man. You said you think it's true?
I think it is, yeah.
I'm waiting to see more comments roll in and see what people think. Keith Daniels, good morning on Facebook. He says it's true, so we got 3 trues. It's plausible enough, and I've heard crazy enough shit happen that I'm gonna say it's true, man. I think that actually probably happened.
It is 100% true. That one is just about too wild for me to even be able to make up. Right. But there was, I don't remember the name of the show. It was one of those old shows back 100 years ago, like Rescue 911 or something. And they did a reenactment of this actual scene. It was like an old Crown Victoria or something. And they had this turkey laying in there on a shotgun. Well, of course, in the reenactment, it wasn't real, but they had a turkey foot. And they were raking it over that shotgun trying to pull that trigger.
Oh, no.
It was absolutely hilarious to watch the way that they restructured it and reenacted it. And it did. It shot through the side of the car, hit the guy in the leg, and had to take him to the hospital. And then they wound up getting fined for shooting turkey out of season and all that kind of stuff. But the turkey shot the hunter. So even though that I'm big in the turkey world and the gun world and all that, I do not have the first turkeys that have ever shot a human.
Have any of your turkeys shot a human?
That is not for you to know. That's classified.
Little Doggy says, you didn't fool anyone, man. It's time to spin the wheel, Andy.
I'll spin it and Rich can take whatever it lands on.
Man, I'm not doing no Wheel of Pain spins right now. I'm still in pain from the parade.
What happened? I missed it.
Dude, so we were right starting out the main parade float or the main route, and so I was on the float and we had come to a stop. And long story short, I was feeling good. I was enjoying it. Crowd was reacting. I'm pumping everybody up, and so I decided that I was going to hop off the float and go just run around the outside of the float and give everybody on the other side of the gate high fives. Pump up the crowd, get them cheering for the Diamonds and everything. So I started, and then I immediately tripped, fell, scraped, rolled, flipped, bounced. Yeah, everything else right in front of God and everybody. 10,000 people out there, man. Just ate the pavement hard as I could.
That was probably on the news, dude.
Yeah, probably.
A local Arkansas man tripped and got ran over by a parade float.
Right. That would
496.
Find out more on the next episode, yeah.
No, I got a PVC pipe with your name on it, brother.
I don't know about the PVC pipe, man. We gotta get another kendo stick. I don't know about the pipe.
You've got a couple days. I'm probably going to show up down there along about Tuesday or so. So
Okay.
you better come with something.
All right, good deal, man. I'm looking forward to that. You
I'm
said
gonna try to
Tuesday.
come down. I'd like to come down Tuesday and bring the wheel and just hit you with something like incredibly hard.
Right. Man, what is it with you? Why you always want to beat me up, man? I thought we were cool. I thought we squashed all of our beef.
Dude, you DM'd me about getting views up.
No, it'll be a good time. We are bringing back the wheel. Also, I have, speaking about the wheel, since you mentioned that, I have I've gotten all of the tattoo submission ideas in. We've got about 15 of them all together. So I'm working on getting them uploaded into the system, and then we're going to be posting them up. We'll let everybody start voting on them next week, and then probably the week after that, we'll get the ones put on the Wheel of Pain, and then do the live tattoo show.
Remember, I believe there's 12 spots on the wheel, so if that helps you divvy it up any.
Okay, all right. So we got 15 tattoos. We need the top 12 to make it onto the wheel. That works out perfect, man. Hell yeah.
That would be the easiest way to do it, so you don't have empty spaces.
Right, absolutely. You sticking around for a minute, man, or you got to take off?
Yeah, I'll hang out for a minute.
Okay,
I was going to say, we need to put on there like a double or nothing space. That way you get the same tattoo twice.
Oh, I don't know, man. We'll have to see about that one. Let's do this, though. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more in just a minute, and more with Tactical. Hang around, everybody.
Built with alloy All functions normal. Of course, it's without a doubt. I'm made with bolts and screws. Functionality is what I'm about. So what explains my feelings for you? Memory loaded. I came off the assembly line from quadrant 301 blue. Manufactured by Cyberdyne. Every part is so brand new. Diagnostics indicate all systems fine. But something must be wrong because I'm in love with you. Diagnostics re-engaged. I'm not programmed for emotion, but my circuits are flooded with feelings. My sensors detect no corrosion. In no way should I find you appealing. Scan for errors. I have no glands that make me sweat. Nothing in my coding to create desire. So why does the back of my neck feel wet and my processor feel like fire? No moisture detected. I came off the assembly line from quadrant 301 blue. Manufactured by Cyberdyne. Every part installed brand new. Diagnostics indicate all systems fine. But something must be wrong because I'm in love with you. Should I return to 301 blue? Deposit myself in the waste station. I find myself just looking at you. Surely this is some mutation. Let me just give myself to the robot arms from above. Being dismantled is all I can do. It's the only way to fight love. Activate Crusher. I came off the assembly line from quadrant 301 blue. Manufactured by Cyberdyne. Every part installed brand new. Diagnostics indicate all systems fine. But something must be wrong because I'm in love with you. Goodbye, universe. Goodbye, Feltry. Goodbye to unreal dreams about you and me. And I just wanna tell you before I'm gone that system erase. System erase.
Welcome back, everybody. Hanging out with myself, Joel Putt, and Tactical Turkey joining us. Keith Daniels says on Facebook that we should do something with the Wheel of Pain during intermission at the May 16th Vapors Championship Wrestling event.
There you go. You can put something on there like a couple of wrestling.
I had reached out to a company. It was my first company that I had announced for. And originally they wanted me to try and train to be a wrestler. Because they were like, man, you kind of, you'd make a good wrestler. And I was like, yeah, I'm not really athletic at all, man. I don't really want. I was just trying to use my voice, man. And
I don't want to work out.
Right. He was like, well, you should at least try it. So I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And man, I did the running of the ropes. Felt like I was gonna have a heart attack. And then they in the wrestling industry, what they call, we're gonna break kayfabe here. Sorry, everybody. They call it a bump. When you take the hit, you bump. And so that's what he was trying to teach us, is basically the fall. To you kind of fall back and get the take the brunt of the impact on your back and everything. You want to tuck your chin in. Well, I didn't. And so when I went to go take my bump, man, I hit the back of my head right on the mat of the ring. And that's, nothing but steel and wood under there, man.
Yeah.
Huge 2x4. Yeah, I was seeing stars, and that was enough for me. I was like, no, I'm done with that.
Oh no, my wheels are turning. We need to get you in like the midget circuit, but you need to have like a Jekyll and Hyde type thing, and you're like Hornswoggle the monster. You be bigger than everybody else, so you'd stand a chance, maybe.
Right. Have them all gang up on me. Speaking about sports, man, while incarcerated in a Georgia prison, Kwame Gerald Ford allegedly managed to put together a phishing scam that targeted both the NBA and the NFL. In 2019, Ford was convicted of computer fraud and aggravated identity theft after spending around $325,000 of money stolen from the bank accounts of his victims. Of course, it seems that prison sentence didn't have the desired rehabilitation effects. Federal authorities in the Northern District of Georgia are now alleging that Ford targeted professional athletes by pretending to be an adult star. According to U.S. Attorney Theodore Hertzberg, Ford used a two-pronged strategy to obtain login credentials for Apple accounts that were held by athletes. First, he promised, while posing as a female adult OnlyFans star, to send the players sexually graphic recordings. Then at the same time, he posed as an Apple customer representative to get passwords and account authentication details.
Oh, wow.
Says numerous victims were said to have been duped by the scam that allegedly allowed Ford to access credit and debit card numbers and gave them full access to their Apple accounts. There are also allegations that Ford's extracurricular activities while in prison involved sex trafficking, where he allegedly coerced a female victim into performing commercial sex acts with the professional athletes and even arranged flights for her to meet them. On Friday, Ford pled not guilty to counts of wire fraud, computer fraud, aggravated identity theft, and sex trafficking. Dude's being a pimp from inside, man.
Yeah, that's
I've heard of a prison
nuts.
pimp, but golly.
You've heard of what?
A prison pimp.
Right. Hey, gotta get that money on the books one way or the other, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's all I got of that story. You lost me at sports and horse.
I mean, I thought it was kind of funny because I was like, man, these guys are, big time professional athletes, NFL and NBA, man, and they're, messing around with OnlyFans star. Couldn't they literally just go out and get anybody they want?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, that's why they're dribbling a ball. They're too stupid to do anything else.
Well, Kim Kardashian didn't get popular until she had that sex tape with Ray J got leaked.
That's true.
And then all of a sudden, she's some superstar just because she's a whore.
Absolutely, man. All right, let's do some of this.
Listen up now, I'll tell you a story. Without a doubt, it's kinda gory. It's the worst news you could ever hear. Things just like this make you fear. Lying lunched on a dumb guy's knee, or a big hard fog drowning some money. Why you laughing? Why you laughing? This shit ain't funny. What? This shit ain't funny. This shit ain't funny. What? So stop laughing. This shit ain't funny. What? This shit ain't funny. This shit ain't funny. What? So stop laughing.
Yes, sir. You know the rules. It's the greatest stories we can come up with that aren't funny but are serious, and you're not supposed to laugh. Real quick, before we get to that, turn to comments on YouTube. Little Doggy says, "Shh, I'm deaf." I think that was back when we couldn't hear Tactical coming in right away. And then he said, "Stupid YouTube. I've had to restart it 3 times." Tactical, you said yours has been solid. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with our streams out there, man. It seems to be. We had a little issue yesterday on the 2 bald guys, too. So
It's all the fat people in Little Rock sucking all the bandwidth out of the air.
Yeah. See, Tactical said his has been solid. Mine's been solid. It hasn't dipped out or anything.
Right. All right, let's dive into This Shit Ain't Funny. Like I said yesterday, every once in a while, man, I try and give out some life hacks, pro tips, things like that. Pro tip:
This ought to be good.
don't speed when you're carrying over 500 pounds of illegal drugs.
Jeez.
A Texas woman is facing a federal drug charge after a traffic stop on Interstate 35 in Hill County turned up nearly 480 pounds of methamphetamine and 40 pounds of heroin hidden in an aftermarket compartment in her minivan. Now, that minivan was Rocking, man.
Oh, she's going away for a long time.
Yeah, it says Julie Juarez was pulled over for speeding on March 12th, and a trooper's canine alerted to narcotics. Court documents allege she picked up the drugs in Mexico, crossed into the U.S. at the Roma port of entry, and was headed to deliver them in Dallas. Says she faces a mandatory minimum of 10 years in federal prison if convicted, with a maximum sentence of life. Says the case is part of the Justice Department's Operation Take Back America initiative. You know, I hadn't read that before, but like, man, you got to be just completely deflated. Like, you made it, you went out of the country, you crossed the country's borders, you made it back into the country with all the drugs on you.
Surprisingly, because CBP, they're normally pretty much on.
Yeah, I mean, I thought when you go through there, like, don't they have like X-ray machines, like three different X-ray machines that look at your car as you're driving through? Made it all the way in, about home free. Yeah, I got the score, money's in the bank. Bam, you get pulled over for speeding and busted by a canine.
Yeah, no, you do 5 miles an hour the whole way, so that way nobody really pays attention.
Right. After all that is just, man. Well,
Yeah, I just got to think, though, that much money, all you got to do is get it there, you'd be driving fast, too.
Right. I mean, yeah, you're thinking, oh, I'm scot-free, man. Just a couple more, couple more hours, and we're good.
A little further, I need that money.
Right.
Yeah.
Man.
What if they're on to me? What if they're catching up to me?
An Osceola County, Florida woman was arrested after deputies say she held a 10-year-old boy by a shirt and directed her own children to hit him. The incident started as a fight among kids at a community park. Ketzianne Rivera, 41, allegedly sent her 8 and 9-year-old children back to confront the older boy while grabbing him by a shirt, preventing him from leaving or defending himself. The victim ended up with significant swelling around his left eye, though emergency personnel cleared him of serious injuries. Says Rivera faces charges including child abuse and false imprisonment. You know, I have a feeling there's more to the story than just that.
I was about to say, there's two sides to every story, Rich. That little fart had it coming.
Yeah, it sounds to me like I would be willing to bet if I researched into that somewhere, that somewhere along the way that other boy was bullying her boys. And,
he peed on the dog or something.
Right, and something wasn't getting done, and finally this parent stepped up and was like, all right, they don't want to do anything, fuck around and find out.
Yeah, like, they don't want to, I will.
That's what that sounds like to me. I'd like to find out more about that. Nonetheless, she's arrested and facing charges, but...
FAFO, that's the new American way.
Right?
Yeah.
Speaking about FAFO, let's see. Let me pull this one up here because I've got ads. So, man, come on, get out of the way.
You got abs?
Right, I wish.
Yeah. If I had abs, I wouldn't have a shirt on.
San Francisco streets have seen their fair share of oddities, but a gun-toting man with a pet duck riding in the back seat of a purple Ferrari may just take the cake.
Could have just been a turkey.
All right. Police arrested 50-year-old Brian Courier on Monday after he allegedly waved a gun at a pedestrian, authorities said. The flamboyant gunslinger then barricaded himself inside his apartment in the Lux Knob Hill neighborhood. Knob. Promoting an hour-long standoff, according to cops. There's a picture of him there, man. Man, he's got even on like one of the, what do they call him, a boa thing or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's another picture of him. Let's see here. Says neighbors told the San Francisco Standard that Courier was a local curiosity, often spotted zipping around in a splashy purple Ferrari with his duck Daisy like a loyal sidekick. As police surrounded his apartment on Monday afternoon, Courier fired off a string of bizarre, unhinged emails to the outlet that painted a chilling picture of his state of mind. In one message sent around 2:40 p.m. with the subject line, IEYE, Heart, SF, Courier reportedly warned that anyone in San Francisco who stepped outside their home would be put into eternal torture.
You can't convince me that wasn't Matt Wildside.
Says about an hour later, the situation escalated, calling all allies to come to my home and remove the assassin fake cop teams ASAP, he wrote, claiming his apartment was encircled by child-torturing fake cop assassins. After the arrest, Animal Care and Control reportedly took Daisy in. Authorities say Courier is now facing felony charges on suspicion of felony counts of assault with a firearm. He was booked at 11:03 p.m. and is being held without bail. Man, it sounds like he got a bad dose of some shrooms or something there.
Yeah.
If he'd had a turkey, I'd have been over backwards for him, but I ain't helping nobody with a duck.
See, man, that's where he went wrong at. He needed the turkey.
I would have pulled in a 3-man extraction team and we'd have got him out if he'd had a turkey.
There's some ducks that live in our pond, and those things are just mean as hell.
Right? They are, man. I'm not going to lie, yeah.
If they had any
Turkey
teeth,
will
it would
punk down a
hurt.
duck every time, bro.
Turkey or what?
Turkey will punk down a duck every time.
One more before we get out of here, and this one just ain't going to fly, man. Talk about going on a rage. A New Jersey dad who decapitated a seagull because it tried to eat his daughter's French fry
Damn right.
was sentenced to 8 months in jail for third-degree felony, outraging animal rights activists who called it a slap on the wrist. Franklin Ziegler, 30, ruffled feathers when he was spotted clutching the poor headless bird while trying to find a trash bag near the Surfside Pier at Morey's Piers and Beachfront water parks in North Wildwood. This happened back in July. Ziegler later pled guilty to animal cruelty charges and served 262 days behind bars. He was also issued up to $250 in fines, according to records. Ziegler's attorney said his client was then admitted to recovery court, a type of supervised adult probation centered on drug and alcohol abuse. Says he was released from Cape May County Jail on February 12th, so this is just recently, following a guilty plea entered in Cape May. Then on Thursday, Thursday, March 12th, he was supposed to be receiving outpatient treatment. Man, this was all over the place as far as dates go. But, yeah, it says this was a brutal act of torture committed in broad daylight in front of children. It's extremely disappointing that while the FBI recognizes the link between domestic violence and animal cruelty, and Ziegler embodies this risk, Cape May County Court has failed to protect community members of all species, Stanley said. Some animal lovers echoed Stanley's opinion on social media, calling for a harsher sentence. Someone said, quote, "OMG, he deserves more time. What he did was disgusting and uncalled for," one observer fumed. You know, I get it's California, but man, it's a fucking seagull.
Yeah, it's not like it's a person.
What are we going to do? There are no rights for children's French fries. I'm trying to protest. That bird.
You need to run for office under that, you know. Equal rights for French fries. All French fries. Let's make French fries great again.
Run for governor of California and fix it.
Ooh, man. If you ever did that and got elected, boy, we'd have a unrelenting supply of news stories from California.
Yeah.
Not that we don't already.
It'd be wild.
California and Florida.
Well, hey, everybody, it's about that time to wrap it up. As always, thank you all for joining us. Thank you so much, Tactical, for joining in and your new segment, man. Look forward to continuing that with you. We're going to start doing that, every Thursday?
Try to do it on Thursdays. Yeah, it's Turkey Day.
Okay. All right. Thursdays will work out perfectly. Absolutely, man. So we will definitely set that up. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, 8 to 9 in the morning. Ontario will be back with us all. I'm sure Joel will be here also. Yeah. All right.
Are we going to see anything about the hours next week?
Yeah, man. I was just getting ready to. Joel is very excited about this, man, and I am too. Since it is spring break, it allows me a little bit of extra time to work things out. So I have decided all next week, Monday through Friday on Rich and the People, we're going to give a throwback to the old days. We will be live from 7 until 9 in the morning. We're going to do a 2-hour show all next week, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
We got kendo sticks. We got paintballs. We got tasers. We got it all.
Yes, sir. There you go, man. It's going to be a good time. So y'all be sure to set your alarms for that. Join us an hour earlier next week only. We're going to try that out. And then probably once summertime gets around here, summer break, we'll go to a full 2-hour show during summer break and everything.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, man, I think it'll be great. Also, don't forget we got the tattoo thing coming up. I'll be getting those posted here. Be sure to stay tuned all throughout next week. We're going to be having some contests going on for that zoo that's coming to Cabot. Going to have some free tickets to give away for that to our listeners. So lots of big things happening. Stay tuned on Facebook. Be sure to share, subscribe, tell your friends about it, both YouTube and Facebook. Speaking of which, Going to find out more today. Gunnar had emailed me yesterday. We got an email from YouTube inviting us to join the paid partner program. So we are officially going to be monetized on YouTube.
Sweet.
Also along with Facebook. So, man.
That's going to be awesome.
Man, things are blowing up left and right. It's been absolutely awesome. Certainly everybody has done their part. The main people that I want to thank, of course, are people like you, Tactical, and all the fans of the show, man, because I can sit here and talk all day long to absolutely, nobody if I wanted to, but the fact that you guys, tune in, you like it, you're sharing the word, man, it just means the absolute world to me. So thank you all for all your support. And it's because of you guys that we keep climbing these new heights with the show. So thank you all for that. We will see you back here tomorrow. What's up?
I said, yes, thank you.
Absolutely, man. Thank you all for that. We'll see you back here tomorrow, bright and early, 8 a.m. Later, everybody. Take care.
Peace.